That was the original owner, the person that was building the house that moved in. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I would think we should be able to do something about that. Have it tore down?
Mr. Mayor, Councilmember Trost, it took a while for us to locate the property owner, and it's been recently where we've been able to work with the bank on it. There was additional legal action that was involved that was stalling us from getting any response.
Okay. So where do you think it's going to go from here? Is it going to move along a little faster?
Possibly.
Okay.
They've been working with us.
Very good. Is that to your satisfaction, Mr. Trost?
Sure.
Okay. Any other questions for Ms. Rosenfeld? Otherwise, we'll move on to Mr. Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council members. You have my report as well. I have nothing to add at this point, but I will take any questions.
I have one for you.
Yes,
The
Mr.
flying of the flag at Cambria. They haven't indicated which days they're going to do it, and I'm sure we can't help them with that decision. So if they decide to do it once a year, it's all we're going to get.
Well, what they'd indicated to me is they would fly it during city events, barbecue days, probably German days, those type of things.
Oh.
When there's a community event, they would fly it.
Versus Memorial Day or 4th of July. They're going to attend.
Correct.
I'm just-
That's the indication I got from them, yes.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's a start, and maybe we can work forward from that.
Anybody else for Mr. Murphy? Otherwise, we thank you for your report. We'll move down to 6.1, the public forum. If there's anybody in the gallery that would like to step up and speak to the City Council, if you would use the microphone and recite your name and address for the record, we'd be glad to hear your comments. Okay. Nobody's coming up, so we will move down to public hearings. Number 7, the applicant has withdrawn his request for a moving permit to allow a house to be moved to 924 Mallard Lane. Therefore, the public hearing has been canceled. We'll move down to business. 8.1, presentation of claims. Look for a motion to accept the presentation of claims.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Lang, second by O'Laughlin. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This passes unanimously. 8.2, Resolution 09-101, approving the concept plan by Apadan Inc. and CLC Development for a retail development on the 1000 block of East Enterprise Drive. Ms. Rosenfeld?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and council members. Apadan is requesting the review of a concept plan for a large retail development. The development includes a 37,963 square foot grocery store with a future expansion of 10,600 square feet. Also included in the proposed development is a tentative 10,800 square foot retail center. Additional information regarding the phasing and expansion of the retail center will be provided at an upcoming meeting. This was for the Planning Commission, and I will get to that update in a little bit. Tonight we'll be reviewing a concept plan that will need approval by or action by November 29th, 2009. With that, a preliminary plat and conditional use permit will be before you, as well as a final plat and site plan. I'm not going to go into all the detail of the report, but I'll just hit on a couple things. The property is zoned industrial commercial, which does trigger the need for a conditional use permit, as everything is required to have that in that zoning district. A lot of the other information will come further with the preliminary plat and the conditional use permit application. On page 2, I'll highlight the access and the streets. The developer is requesting 3 access points to Enterprise Drive. You'll note on the concept plan that the first entrance into the property would be at the shared property line, not necessarily that first access point that's located on your site plan on Enterprise Drive. The concept plan also is proposing a right-in off of County Road 64. Scott County has indicated this access request will not be allowed as it does not meet their access spacing guidelines. MnDOT has also provided comments that they did purchase the access rights to that area as well. So the developer does understand this and is willing to comply with that. The applicant is currently conducting a traffic impact analysis for this development. The study will be submitted with the preliminary plat application for review. It's actually preliminarily done at this point, so there's a couple modifications that will be done to it, but it's almost near completion at this point. The extension of Enterprise Drive, also known as the South Frontage Road, will be constructed in 2010 by the city. Enterprise Drive is a major collector street which will access this development, so we will work in coordination to construct the street if the development is going on at the same time. Moving down into park dedication, that will be required for this development, which could be land or a fee in lieu of land. Engineering comments are attached. A developer's agreement, a condensed developer's agreement will be drafted, as there's no public improvements being done at this time, but we will still draft a developer's agreement. Therefore, staff recommends approval of the concept plan with compliance of engineering comments dated September 30th, as well as contingency upon comments from Scott County and MnDOT. Those were recently received and passed on to the applicant. Going into page 4, a Planning Commission update. There was little discussion. All commissioners voted in favor of approving the concept plan submitted by Apadan. The applicant, Apadan, was present and did address some of the engineering comments as well, the traffic study as well. So with that, the applicant is here tonight if you have any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Rosenfeld. Okay. Well, I guess we could open this up for questions. Is there anything you folks from Apadan would like to?
We can just ask the question.
Okay, very good, very good.
I have one.
Yes, Mr. Lang.
I noticed that, we're platting one large 6.75 acre piece of property for the current, or call it the current, and the future of this. So I was wondering what the site will look like in the, how do you say that, in the current mode, when those future things aren't built. Is it going to just be please black ground, or is it going to be, in your mind, you're going to have it grassed? What's the word?
I'm going to put this on the overhead.
Sure.